Hello, it's me. Hey guys, I hope everybody's doing great. If you didn't already know who it was, this me. And I have a rock star panel here today, guys. And we're going to be talking about the power community. And I know if you follow me any length of time, you've heard this like over and over again, but I want you to get it because you cannot launch a product, a service, a book, or a popsicle without a community. One of the books we're reading in the community this month is Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. The Bible say if you want a friend, show yourself friendly. But nowadays, and we were just talking about this before we got on the broadcast, people don't even crack their lips and speak to each other. People will walk past each other and not say, I mean, when we grew up, I don't know about y'all, but we grew up, everybody waved, everybody said good morning, everybody spoke. If they saw something out of place, they told you, and it was just the way of the world. And we've gotten so, as a people, narcissistic and materialistic. Let me break those two words down to you. We're so worried about having more stuff than the next person, and we're so busy worried about ourselves that we've lost that care and concern that made things like the civil rights movement a reality, that made things like the lady from Gone with the Wind winning a Oscar, that made things like that a reality. So we've literally given away our power, the power that we have of community, the power that we have of self sustainability. We've given away that power, and it's the sad part about it is we didn't even sell it. We gave it away, and they're selling it back to us. So, guys, tonight, if you haven't already signed up, so I can show you how to use a membership to create the cornerstone of your seven-figure empire, make sure you register at bit.ly/100 memberships. And honor Labor Day, it's only $29 because you got to understand that I don't care how powerful you think you are. None of us do anything by ourselves. So I'm going to turn over to my co-host. They looking amazing. Yvette, you ain't gonna keep coming on here looking better than me. I'm gonna get ready next time.
I didn't even try. I swear. I just got a take.
You go up like that. It's that ponytail, girl. It's that ponytail. I'm gonna get me one now.
Uh-oh.
Why not?
But we're gonna let them introduce themselves in order that they showed up today. LaDavia, go ahead and tell them your name. I tell you what. Tell them your name and how long you know me.
Oh, Lord. Hi, everybody. So I'm LaDavia. I'm the owner of Techniques and a naturopathic Reiki therapist. And I have been knowing Coach for a long time. Oh, my God. It's been, 14 years?
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. A long time, too long to not have as my personal coach.
It happens, girl. And let me tell you what I realized about time. That time, I was looking for some notes earlier to this book I'm writing called Black Girl Marketing. And I can't wait for y'all to get a copy in your hands. Anybody whose target audience is Black women, you're going to have to read this book and understand and embody this book. It's called Black Girl Marketing. And I was looking for the notes. And I'm like, well, we just did it the other day, girl. Come find out we did that back July 20th. These days are on steroids.
Yes.
They are running a marathon on you. And if you don't get your stuff in order, if you don't get your stuff done, you will look up and what feels like a month has been a year. What feels like a year has been 5 years. What feels like 5 years has been, girl, a millennial. And so that's why I'm always hard pressed on women, because we struggle with our decision making. Even coming to a $29 workshop, and y'all all know $29 ain't no money. If it is, you got bigger fish to fry than coming to this workshop. But we all know you can't take yourself to dinner at a nice restaurant by yourself for $29. You barely can go to a nice lunch for $29. But we will sit in indecision and say, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do until we miss the opportunity? So, guys, take my word for it. Millionaires have a penchant for action. They move their feet. And if I'm wrong, I got enough resources to clean it up later. But if I'm right, I hit the mother load. And that is what I'm looking forward to. Ola, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Ola Mullins, and I have a certification through coach, and I'm just here learning, and I'm learning and growing. That's what I'm doing, and you
How
all
long
need to
you know
come
me,
and learn and
Ola?
grow with us. I've known you really like 2 months when I
Really?
first started. Yeah, but I've seen, I've been on your websites and stuff and looked at your profile. But as far as knowing you,
Yeah, I
it's
ain't talking about
on the class.
me. How long have you known about me?
Oh, I've known about you. Oh, it's been maybe I say like 6 months.
Okay, I thought
Yeah,
you've been around a little bit longer than that. Okay,
no.
so you didn't take too long to take action. Good for you. Good for you, Ola. Okay, and then Miss Vicky Makirk.
Well, I'm gonna just go on and say that I've known you long enough to have made my millions. If I had have done what you taught me to do,
Yeah,
if I'm just gonna be honest.
I'll just say yeah. You wouldn't even had to at all if
Right.
you had. The
Just
beautiful
have.
thing is that
Just
because you
have.
serve somebody that sits high, looks low, it ain't
Yeah.
too late.
Yeah.
As long as he gives you breath in your body, it ain't too late. Guys, what y'all fail to realize is we're sitting in the middle of one of the largest wealth transfers that's gonna ever happen
Yeah.
in the history of man. They said it was 700 something thousand millionaires created last year.
Wow.
Do y'all know that anytime the rubber hits the road like it is right now, that is the pressure and heat needed to create the diamonds that are millionaires. Because that's what it takes to create a diamond. Pressure and heat over time. So anytime things come like COVID that rips the riches out of some people's hands, I'm reading this book by Dan Kennedy called The Alchemy of Money. The money has to end up somewhere.
That's right.
When somebody loses, somebody wins. When somebody loses, somebody finds. When somebody drops, somebody picks up.
Yeah.
The money is not just in a cave somewhere waiting on COVID to go away to come out. It is going to be those who are intellectually astute, those who are able to pivot, those who are able to look into the dark and find the glimmer of light and really look at what the world needs right now and do something about it, that are going to be the ones that benefit in this season. That's the truth of the matter. So we're going to be talking about tonight how to start your 7-figure journey with a membership. And I'm going to actually be showing you guys from a blank sheet of paper so you'll be able to go back and replicate it yourself, how to create a funnel that's going to hinge on your membership and why that is one of the most profitable ways to build your business. bit.ly/100 memberships. We start at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So grab your ticket and don't be late. Next but not least, what I like to call her my geisha girl. Cause see, yesterday she on all them Oriental colors. Girl, you know my granddaddy used to not call people Asian, he called them Oriental. Do y'all remember when they called Chinese people Oriental? Do y'all remember that?
I do.
Yes.
Now they call it a racial slur.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But they called them that because they said they were from the Orient. So it wasn't designed to be a racial slur. It was designed to be a geographical indicator. But if my granddad was alive today, he would call everybody Oriental. Don't matter where they from. Don't matter where they from. But she had on her ponytail and her geisha girl fabrics yesterday, and she's still looking good today. Miss Yvette, tell them who you are and what you do, and how long you've known me.
Okay, my name is Yvette Sani. I'm a hairstylist. I own a hair salon. I've been in business for 20 years this year, and I have known Coach over. I was trying to think about the exact time, but it was before I just moved to my new location. So it has been at least 4 to 5 years that I've been following your journey on Facebook. And like my sister just said, that's far too long for me to not have done something about it, until now. And like you said last night, it's never too late. It's
Thank
never too late.
God.
Well, here's what I look at, because sometimes I ask God, what took him so long to come get me? Yeah, I'm just being honest. You always got to put it on somebody else. Lord, what took you so long? But I realize there's a few things. Number one, in some instances, I wasn't ready. I know I didn't have the capacity to educate the way I educate now. So everything happens for a reason. And then also, not that he can't come get you till you ready. He's not going to kidnap you to your blessings. He's not going to abscond away with you to your blessings. He's not going to tie you to a chair and make you take your blessings. There's a book by Andy Andrews called The Traveler's Gift. And in the book, the man had knocked himself out. He said he didn't like his life and all these things. But he met all of these different people, these historical figures, while he was knocked out. And one of them was the Archangel Gabriel. And when he opened his eyes, he knew who he was, because, you see a big old angel. That's Gabriel. I mean, you done read enough of the Bible to know. He said, well, I know who you are, but I don't know where we are. And the Archangel told him, this is the warehouse of things that the Lord had stored up for you, but people did not believe them enough to be delivered. And I mean, it was pictures of houses and cars. It was money, stacks of bricks of gold as far as the eye could see. The warehouse just stretched on and on with clothes and furs and jewelry. And he said, these are all the things that was in our Father's storehouse for you. But because you never believed and acted, those things were never delivered. I told people earlier this year, I said, you know what? I want one company to write me a multi-million-dollar check this year. I said, I told my mentees that. Y'all remember me saying that?
Yeah.
Didn't know how, didn't know why. See, with women, we want to know all the particulars. Yeah. And if we can't put our thing on all the particulars, we scared to ask for it. But I didn't know how, I didn't know why. I just shaped the request and sent it to my father. And it wasn't even 3 weeks later that we got an opportunity to pitch for that supplier diversity initiative, over $40 million in contracts. Who knew? Mm-hmm. Who knew? Mm-hmm. And then not only did we get an opportunity to pitch on intent day, who knew? We'll be the first business call.
Wow.
Woo!
All right. That's right.
Who knew? But when you sit back and you don't ask, when you sit back and you don't open your mouth, the word says you have not because you ask not. And then it said faith without works is dead. So if you just follow the biblical route, it's 3 things I always tell everybody. 4 things. Number 1, he says, Deuteronomy 8:18, you have the power to create wealth. Number 1, so if you don't have the wealth, you're not using your power. Write that down. I have power. And if you haven't shared this broadcast, make sure you share the broadcast. Ladies, too, on the panel. If you haven't shared the broadcast, share the broadcast with your viewers. So now he's telling me I got the power to create wealth. That means it's within me. I'm not waiting on nothing else. That's number 1. Then number 2, he said, you have not because you ask not. So now that I know I have the power, I've got to ask. I've got to open my mouth and ask, and not for a little bit, because see, we do that too. And don't be mad at me when you get $5 and I get $5 million. See, you got 5 you asked for gas.
Right.
You got 5 you asked for a Happy Meal. You got that 5 you asked for, for some scratch-off tickets. You got your 5. I got my 5. They just had different comma placement. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So don't be mad at the person next to you because they asked for more and they got more.
That's right.
Be mad at yourself you didn't ask. So he said, I have the power to create wealth, number 1. He said, 2, you have not because you ask not. Because he clearly said in the Bible, I will give you the desires
Yes. It said
Yes.
it.
of your heart.
Said that.
I will give you what you want.
Mhm.
All you gotta do is ask me. But then he said, you gotta get up.
Ah,
He said, because faith without works
Yeah.
is a
There
very
you
good thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
He said it. One more thing I want to add in there because he also told you write the vision.
Mm.
We doing a 7-figure vision board party Sunday afternoon. It's just coming Sunday, I think. He said you got to write the vision. We'll write down milk from the grocery store,
whew.
pick up dry cleaning, drop off little Johnny's shoes to the school, and we'll never write our $1,000,000 on paper.
Oh
It's true.
mercy.
Mm,
It's true.
mm.
I'm gonna let y'all take over right now in a minute because I just want to get this out. 'Cause I gotta get this out. And I'm gonna let each one of y'all talk about which one of these pieces is impactful to you. Is it the power to create wealth? Is it you have not because you ask not? Is it faith without works is dead? Is it write the vision and make a plain? And then he gave you the parable of sowing seed.
Yeah.
And he said, you can ask him to increase your territory. But your increase in territory is going to be commensurate with the speed in which you sow seed in good ground.
Yeah.
He said you can't throw your pearls
Mm.
to swine. We so busy trying to save everybody else. We don't have $29
Ooh.
Mm.
to save ourselves.
True.
So I'm gonna drink my water like they do with the pastors. I'm gonna let y'all talk about why what I just said
You know what, Coach? I
was most
totally
impactful to
agree.
you.
Yeah, absolutely. Mine was mostly I have not because I asked not. And over the years, I feel like that at some point when you make money, you get kind of independent in yourself. And I mean, we can't compare to God in no kind of way, but that independence will creep in on you and you feel as if you can do things on your own. And I was telling somebody about it, and I really realized that that was my real. That's the biggest problem that I have. I don't ask. I don't ask. I don't ask for help. I don't ask. You know, for anything. And I was talking to my niece the other day, and she said the same thing. And I just had to break her down and say, "Honey, listen. You have a wealth of knowledge around you. You have me. You have your cousins. You don't know who. You can make your way easier, even if you just ask the people that's around you. Not even talking about asking God. And so I started studying about, you know, attracting things to myself, attracting things to myself with opening up, myself through affirmations and stuff like that. I just started like kind of studying about it. And just within a few months, I started seeing a difference. And so I think that once you once you look around and like you said in your community and you begin to see the people that are around you and like yourself, you were just right there this whole time, 3, 4, 5 years, just right there. All I had to do was connect myself, and ask. And
But
Mhm.
so
wait a minute, me
I
and you
just
talked about yesterday how when you ask, you open up a different level of seeing.
mhm,
See, Mike
Mm.
talks about the law of recognition. He says you have everything you need to be successful. You just got to recognize it.
right.
And the things and the talents and the gifts that sit inside of us, and we don't recognize them. We quit to say we can't afford something instead of saying, Father, show me a way.
Yeah.
And we live in a gig economy. Go ahead, Viz.
I even said that. I can't afford it because I was like, she got to be expensive. I didn't even find out. I was
Right.
it's got to be high. I know she expensive. And mainly because of how you present yourself and what you're presenting. The information is valuable, and I know because I've sought out other coaches, and they're very expensive too. So I just put it in my mind, she's too expensive. She's too high. I ain't got that kind of money.
And when we do that, we turn down every blessing God was going to send us. Because if He sends you the idea, He's going to send you the resources to make the idea actuality. But that's that faith thing. And sometimes you got to do things in total faith and not understand how He's going to make it work until you do it. And until you get there, you really don't unveil all of your blessings. You don't.
No.
Some of them are still going to be caught up in your faith.
Mhm.
Who wants to go next? So, guys, we said 5 reasons that you struggle with your abundance. The Bible says we have the power to create wealth, yet we still say things like we can't afford. Because He also said power, life, and death is in your tongue. What you say about yourself is true. If you say you can, it's true. If you say you can't, it's true. We said you have not because you ask not. I don't know where we got so powerful. And it ain't nothing but world training event. The world trains us that it's weak to ask for help. The world trains us that it's weak to not be able to do this and do that. But I'm gonna tell y'all something about the world and black women. The world have been muling black women for a long time.
Long time.
When I say mule, I mean beast of burden. When I say mule, I mean pack mule. When I say mule, I mean overuse, over abuse. Maya Angelou talked about it and how what the black woman is to everybody. We the confidant we was the mammies to the white women, and we was the concubine to the white men, and we was the support and encouragement to the black men. Oh, who is that to us? And then we got so bad we want to stab each other in the back. So now we really, 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 really ain't got nobody.
Nobody.
Nah.
And as long as the world can keep us down, the world is going to stay on top and we're going to stay at the bottom, being the hardest working and the lowest earning. And that, my friends, is not good math.
No, it's not.
That's not
No, it's
good.
not. It happened to me for a long time.
It happened to all of us at companies, corporations, relationships, even with our own family, children. We everybody's helpmate.
Yeah. I know for me, Coach, I think for me, it's faith without works. And for so long, I really was fooling myself into thinking that I was doing what it took to get what I really was believing God for. But the fact of the matter is, and that kind of goes back to the experience that I had with you a few days ago, is because I was working. Like anybody can tell you, before I get up, I'm working. I mean, and to midnight and sometimes afterwards. But what I was believing God for and the busyness of my day was not lining up. I mean, I was deliberate and I was intentional about what I was doing, but the work I was putting in was not getting me what I was believing God for and what I had faith that I knew that could happen. And so the faith without work, for me, it has to be the right work. That's why this membership is so important to me, because I know, and it goes back to being given, having the power to obtain, create wealth. I know that this membership is gonna be it for me. I know that it is. but I have to make sure that I stay in alignment. And I was so out of alignment, and that's why nothing was really gelling for me, because I was all over the place, tired, but still not getting the results that I needed to get. And so,
So
you know,
Vicky is one of my platinum mentorship clients. They not only get one-on-ones with me every month, they get a seven-figure scorecard off the rip. The first thing we should do is we sit down and we say, where we gonna go dig for this money at? Everything we do is instructional, deliberate, and we stay on course for that money. And if you do what you need to do, you stay on course for the money. You see the money they want. I mean, it's not a, oh well, let's try this, or let's try that. It's not even that. It's
it
all
ain't
in
none of that.
it's calculator. It's very strategic. You don't know what you don't know. So when I come in, and I am a marketing genius, period, and I know how to create products and services that sell out. When I come in and blow on your plan, it makes money, but it's scary. So how do we avoid the scary? Instead of, if you're a worker, instead of you just sitting there and not doing the work, you're gonna make yourself busy with everything but $1 million. You're gonna make yourself busy with everything but what. So every time coach reach out to me for my one-on-one, I'm busy. She can't admonish me. I'm working up early in the morning. I'm up late at night. She working on somebody else's shit, or you working on the same shit you working on when I found.
Woo! I don't need a recap, coach.
It's everybody else, Vic. It's everybody else. Because until you start working on these loaves of bread over here, until you start getting up in the morning and chopping that wheat down, like I told you, until you
Yes.
get up and take that meal, that wheat to the mill, until you get some flour from that wheat, until you get up early and start making your dough balls, until you get up early and let your dough rise, until you put this dough in the oven, bake these loaves, slice this bread, wrap it up and sell them. You're not doing what I asked you to do. And that's where so many people go wrong. First and foremost, they don't get the help. So they don't know what they're doing out here. And they're working hard,
Hmm.
and they're not getting where they need to go in a timely fashion. Or they get the help, and I'm not going to lie, the money is paralyzing, the opportunity is paralyzing, the success will paralyze you, just the thought of it. So instead of you saying, Coach, I'm scared, what I need to do, we make up these reasons that we don't do what we need to do. And a great reason is being busy. And if your bank account don't reflect your busy, hello,
Right.
there's a problem.
Indeed.
You can know if you're the right busy or not. Because if you're the right busy, your bank account should reflect your busy.
That's true.
So
Okay.
LaDavia, Ola,
I am. Mine is sort of like have not because I asked not. And I'm like, think I just was busy doing stuff for everybody else. And then I look up, I'm like, I ain't got time for myself. And so I decided when I took your class, I said, this is for me. I'm going to do what I need to do stuff for me. And so, and I want to, prosper and go on, at my age, I need to do stuff for me. And so that's what mine is. I just didn't ask. I just was too busy to ask.
and busy
Now,
asking for everybody else. I want you to think
yeah.
about how you pray.
Woo.
Yeah, I ain't pulling no punches today. And guys, if you haven't signed up for this nice webinar, you're about to miss out on seeing something that you really don't know. And there's so many things when it comes to this internet, this digital marketing, this whole world. There's so much that we don't know. But I want you guys to think about how you pray and how many people you put in front of yourself, Ola.
I know. I just look back and I'm like, wow, look at all these people that I've done this, and that. As like you said earlier, you do all this stuff for everybody else, and then when you need something, where are they? Nobody's there to help you. But I mean, taking your course and stuff, it made me start looking more at myself and seeing what I wasn't doing and what I need to do. And some of them people I had to let go and leave them alone because, I'm on a mission right now. So, for me. And so I got a child that's disabled child that I got to take care of, and I got to make sure she's going to have what she needs to have if I'm not here. And I
Absolutely.
can't get it. I can't get it by helping everybody else, not helping myself. So I'm on a mission. I want to do what I have to do to get what I need to
And
go where I need to go.
what women have to realize too, and I was telling one of my new clients this morning. She just joined the platinum mentorship, and like I told her, when you pay somebody a lot of money for something, something inside you snaps, and it starts making you realize that if you can pay somebody else, somebody can pay you. And that sense of worth does not happen until you pay somebody 10, 15, $20,000 for coaching. Because you say you want $1 million business, right? Well, you're not gonna find a $5 coach that can give you that.
It's true.
No.
You get seed and harvest, y'all.
Mm.
Seed and harvest.
Yeah,
And
coaching it.
when you make payments like that, something inside you says, you know what? If I can find it and invest, I need to quit letting people off the hook.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because let me tell you what you'll do. You will let people off the hook. You will let people um, underpay you. You will make up excuses for people. Well, you know her husband just lost his job. You will cut her a discount. Her ass will be in Cancun. Well, you know her mama been sick. You'll cut her discount. Look up there at the top. They at Vic and Anthony's eating a $300 steak. You will make excuses. Am I lying?
You're telling the truth.
Not at
You
all.
will make excuses for other people's money.
One thing I did discover is that if it's something that you really want, you ask God, He's gonna make a way for you to get it. Just like taking your class. Normally I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to afford it, but He opened up so many doors for me to get money to pay for my courses. I'm like, thank you, God, because I guess He said really want this, so He's opening up doors for me to
What if
get
I
what I
told you
need.
all of them doors was already there?
Oh, they were. I just didn't see them. I just wasn't asking, and I
Absolutely.
knew, and I just realized that I could have had stuff a long time ago, but I was just so into everybody else, trying to help everybody else, not help myself. I couldn't see.
Mm.
Now, an amazing thing about those people that you help, when you tell them no, they miraculously find help somewhere
I
else.
discovered that
Right.
they can figure it out for themselves. If I ain't there to help
No, they go find another fool. What you was going to say,
them.
Vic?
I want to encourage Ola because um, the one thing about it is the law of self-preservation is self-love. You have
Yeah.
to love yourself first. And if you listen to when you fly on the plane and the stewardess is up there telling you, and they doing all them signs and open that book, the one thing that you sometimes I'm not paying attention, but they always say this: save yourself
At
first,
first.
because you can't save anyone else if you're dead.
Mm.
That's true,
We say that.
but we don't do that.
No, we don't.
But it takes a special kind of transition to let people you love go.
It's true.
It's hard.
Yes, it does.
It takes a special type of determination, discipline, tenacity. Because, see, I even tell people one coaching program is not enough to undo all the
Years and
bad
years.
thinking, or is it enough for you to get all the strategy you need? This is a consistent investment in
Yeah.
your next level.
Mm.
Yeah.
But because we've been hardwired to help everybody before we help ourselves.
It's true.
Right.
And the habit is to help other people. So while you're in coaching, you're like, nah, I'm not gonna help. I'm not gonna help. And the further you get away from coaching, the closer you start to get back to your old habits.
Yeah.
The Bible said you can't put old beer in a new beer can. You understand what I'm saying? So when you got new knowledge, you can't force and fit that new knowledge into your old behaviors because it's not gonna work.
That's true.
It's not.
That's true.
LaDavia, which one do you feel is the most impactful to your journey?
For me, it was write the vision, make it plain. Again, having a creative mind, wanting to be the one to give all your creativity to other people, somebody else, and you don't write your own visions down, caused a delay, a setback for me. And so by me not staying stuck, taking action and moving forward, I'm really starting to see clearly now because I'm now beginning to write down my own visions for my own business, for my own life. And things are starting to move for me. So just like Ola said, you get tired, just keep on, you're doing all these things for everybody else. And you're watching the things that you created for other people flourish. And it took me to sit back and say, okay, it's time.
And the funny thing is, so many people think that, oh, if I can do it for Madia, if I can do it for Aunt Sally Mae, if I can do it for all these other people, I can do it for myself. And that's absolutely not true.
Mhm.
That's why the Bible says that, there's safety in a bevy of counsel. Why? Because you need help just like you help other people.
Yep.
And the way we mess up is we get around takers and we don't get around givers, because when you're in a community of givers, then everybody's giving what you need that is your opportunity area. When you're in a community of takers, they take, and you never get anything back, even down to your time and your peace of mind,
Mm.
even down to LaDavia, your creativity. Do you know that creativity is a multi-billion-dollar business? Do y'all know why? Folks hate to think.
Yep.
Folks hate to think, and they're not good at thinking. People ask questions, just arbitrary questions, because most people's brain is rusted by a job.
True.
And so they're not used to critical thinking. They're not used to decision making. They're not used to just solving basic problems for themselves. Now give them a boss.
Mm.
And
Right.
they turn into Dolomite.
Yes,
Yeah.
They can do everything. They can fight 50 monkeys across the 7 seas and bring 8 crazy women to their knees. You give them a boss. Y'all don't remember Dolomite, do you?
yes.
Yeah.
You bet you don't remember Dolomite?
I do.
But I'm serious. You give them a boss, and all of a sudden they turn into a superstar. They ain't got no question. You got any questions? No. Need some training? No. You need some help? No. Put them at a work site. And those very things they struggle with as an entrepreneur,
Mm.
all of a sudden it just escapes them. And that's conditioning too. To help you understand, you can't be a superstar at your job and be over here and be super slow in your business. The two don't match. If most of the entrepreneurs I know work the way they work at work in a business, girl, they'll lose their job. Don't have show up, don't show up on time, don't put enough hours in, be lying about what they gonna do,
Yes.
don't have no to-do list, no organization. Look, they falling out because they know I'm telling the truth. Don't have no organization or no structure.
That's
Look,
true.
girl, I think I'm a maybe today. Just absolutely not. If you got, and people don't realize being an entrepreneur is the same as having a job.
It's worse.
You're gonna get paid for the number of hours you put in.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So if you ain't making no money in your quote unquote Because see, everything ain't no business either. I done figured it out. But if you ain't making no money in your business because you're not putting in consistent time, energy, and effort, and even just that consistency, you go to a job 5 or 6 days a week, 10, 11, 12 years in a row to get that promotion. They gave you $1 extra on your check.
Right.
And you won't put that level of time in. You won't even do 2 consistent years as an entrepreneur. If you did 2 consistent years, I can tell you that a year as an entrepreneur is worth 5 years in the corporate sector.
Right.
If you do that 1 year consistently, you're gonna probably get to that $50,000 to $100,000 range. By the second, third year consistently, I'm talking about not you tired and I'm just gonna take a break and I'm gonna set everything down and think people are just gonna be sitting there waiting to spend their money with you when you get back. No, ma'am. So after 2 or 3 years consistently, you're gonna probably hit that 400,000, 600,000 mark. By that 5th year consistently, you'll probably be at that a comfortable 7 figures. You can make $100,000 your first year. And the only reason you ain't making more in them subsequent years is you putting it right back into the business. So even if you make 2, even if you make 3, you put it right back in the business. But you're going to make way more doing this than you going to ever.
True.
Ever. Come by. And that's the truth of the matter. And so until we start to realize we have what we have grown, we have what we've sown seed, we have what we've fertilized for, we have what we've irrigated for, we have what we've done pest control for, we have what we've done weeding for, we have what we've paid to have harvested and prepared for market and taken to the market. All that's on us.
Yeah.
Yes. That's the importance of seeking that professional advice too, because we can keep on going and going by ourselves, and it's gonna feel like we're on that little hamster wheel.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And guess what? When you're ready to get off, you will pay whatever amount because you're dizzy.
Yeah.
You sick to your stomach.
That's right.
Ain't nobody coming to run the wheel when you're not around. You starting to smell like hamster. Yeah. You'll do whatever you gotta do to get off there because I was.
That's right.
Yeah.
Something in you has to break.
That's true.
It does. So guys, if you haven't already, gone to bit.ly/100 memberships so you can take in tonight's webinar. It's gonna be amazing, which I always say that because girl, it always is. But bit.ly/100 memberships. I want to thank you ladies for going live with me. I love. I don't think we planned on going this route.
It was needed.
It was.
Needed.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think sometimes we need to hear us
Yeah.
telling us what our potential is.
That's it.
I agree.
We have to.
Absolutely.
All right, ladies, I appreciate you guys. I thank you guys. Grab your seat for tonight, and we will see you a little bit later. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Blessings.
Bye-bye.